A lot of people call themselves artists. There are the elites that can create masterpieces like this. There are the rare breeds that can learn from the masters and excel them. And there's people who grew into their own. People like me who are just beginning. But of course, many more in between. But what really defines an artist? To understand what it means to be an artist, we have to go back to the most obvious example. From what you can see, this is art. And I believe anyone else would agree with me. So, naturally, someone that can create this work would be considered an artist. But what about the other end of the spectrum, where you have someone who draws but isn't anywhere near that level? Well, I suppose you could call them a beginner artist, someone who understands the basics but despite that, wouldn't be able to create a piece this skilled. Now, where exactly is the in-between? Surely it's not just beginner artists and professional artists, right? Yes, you are completely right. Artist doesn't just apply to one form of art. It can be in the form of multiple different things. Music, 3D modeling, digital artists, traditional artists. But one thing is clear. Everybody could tell when someone is good at their art. So, wouldn't you say that what makes an artist is how people perceive it? Yes and no. While the perception of your creations to other people is important, I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't like seeing subscribers and people watching my videos. Good artists do get a lot of attention, whether it's followers, subscribers, likes. But even in that, I believe an artist's skill depends on their own perception and whether or not they've reached their own standards. But I'm not talking about current expectations. I mean first-time expectations. The first time you picked up a pen, the art you thought of making, whether it is pieces like this or something more personal to you. Every artist has had an expectation at some point when they were first picking up their pen. And over time, those expectations change, whether it becomes more difficult to rise to or simply results in a change of style. The reason people draw is because they want to make the art that they expect to make. Some people are clearly further ahead of others in that goal, but for the people behind, what's more important is that we try. Now, let's bring up a scenario. Take a look at this art piece. It's a beautiful art piece from Chainsaw Man. You can appreciate that, right? Now, let's take a look at this piece by Mai Yanayama. Absolutely stunning. And now, look back at this piece. So, would you say that this is a bad art piece? No, of course not. But when you put it in comparison to this, you can confidently say it's not even close. This is clearly much more masterful. But why in that case would I consider these both master artists? While this piece is undeniably better, what makes both of them the top of their craft is their understanding of it. That understanding isn't something you can see on its own. You can see the colors, the detail, line work. But when they look at their art, they see all the careful decisions they made, the intention behind using the techniques they did, why the posing of the lighting works, why those colors work. That understanding is what makes them the top percent of artists, regardless of the visual difference in detail. Now, let's take a look back at someone who hasn't been doing this for too long. People see artists as someone who's mastered their work. I haven't. Wouldn't that lack of understanding mean that I'm not an artist? Or would it just mean that I'm yet to get to the point in my art career? If being an artist really is about mastery, then I'm not really sure I'd qualify in that case. But I don't think that's what it means. Becoming an artist is something you earn when you go through the process of failures, bad days, hard luck, the lack of improvement. And despite all that, continue moving forward towards the image of an artist that you want to be. This, to me, is what it means to be an artist. If your answer differs, then let me know. That's all. Love you and have an amazing day. Bye.